Welcome back to Woodsley Bees. This is Rob Summerlin and I'm here again with Hive 1 and 4. Last week was pretty exciting. I found my queen in the Hive 1. They had been queenless for about 3 or 4 weeks and I found eggs and brood, well, eggs and larvae, no brood. This week I'm hoping I should find some cat brood and hopefully more eggs and more larvae, and maybe I'll find the queen. Now I want to mark that queen. I believe it's a new queen. But I don't have my red marker yet. I have the little tool for picking her up and kind of pushing her into the end and then getting that red marker on her, but I don't have the marker yet. So I'm going to get all suited up. We're going to go into Hive 1 and basically I've got queen excluders which arrived from Amazon. I've got 2 queen excluders for 10 frames. 10 frame hives, and I'm going to put 1 in each because I put a third box on Hive 4. The third box is mostly undrawn comb, and I'm hoping they've been busy drawing that out. There are a ton of bees out front now flying in and out, so they are really busy. It's 77 degrees, sunny, and I think that they're hopefully, fingers crossed, drawing all those frames out. And if that's the case, then I'd like to put the queen excluder in there, and on this hive I'd also like to put the queen excluder between the bottom box and the top box. This had some frames that weren't drawn out. The center frames were drawn out. There was no brood up there. They were putting nectar in there last week. So let's get into it. Let's see what we got. I've got my fan assist here, which is to keep me cool. I've got my smoker, my hive tool, my gloves, and this device which will help me look at individual frames if I find anything worth looking at to film. So I'm going to get myself ready and we'll come right back into Hive 1. Okay, I'll take the brick off. Okay, the lid's coming up. It's not stuck down with propolis. Just throw some smoke under there. Not a ton of bees here, but the smoke might have just pushed them down. Okay, let's look at the bees on the lid. I do not see a queen on the lid. Don't see a queen here either, that's okay. I'll put the smoke out of the way. Okay, as far as drawing out frames, doesn't look like they've been particularly busy. Doesn't look like they've actually drawn any comb out from what was already there. No. So I'm thinking the months of July. Yeah, they haven't drawn any comb out on these 4 frames or these 2 frames. There is still only 1, 2, 3, 4 frames with any comb on it that was already in place. The comb was already there when I put them in. Let's just move this out of the way for a minute. And we'll just take a look. This is still empty. This was empty last week. It's empty still this week. No eggs on there. There is a beetle. I will crush that. If I can get to it. It's here somewhere. Okay, that's that beetle dead. Do not want those critters in the hive. Come on, out of the way. There is nectar in here. I'm hoping that they're bringing nectar up from down below, leaving the queen room down below to lay eggs. So last week I saw brood in the lower box, and I added this top box. I'm trying to remember exactly what I did now. So I'm kind of expecting to see honey, nectar. There is some capped honey there at the top, and some nectar. Not seeing any eggs in there. It's all nectar, which is good because I want to put the queen excluder between these two boxes. There's a beetle stuck on the Now the problem with this is bees also get stuck on this, which is unfortunate. You can try and pull them off gently. And hopefully they fly away. Yep, okay. And there's someone here as well. Unfortunately, you're going to lose some to this process using these Swiffer pads. It's going to happen. But the idea is we kill the beetles. This frame is in there good. It's really stuck in there fast. Ooh. Not too much weight to this frame, but it's all nice honeycomb and nectar. Plenty of bees. Looks like they've started to draw out this frame here a little bit, maybe. Nice frame of nectar coming along there. A little bit of bridge comb. We don't need the bridge comb. Between frames. Alright, let's have a look at this frame. There's a lot. This is old comb, which they like. There's larvae in there and some cat brood. Now that does look like mostly drone brood, I believe, but it's hard to say. I know I saw single eggs in centers of individual cells last week, so hopefully there is a combination of everything. There is a couple of what look like queen cells here at the very bottom of this frame, but I don't see any eggs in them. I see royal jelly in the bottom of some of these cells, so I'm assuming that there's young larvae in there. Now, do I see the queen on this frame? Really hoping that that isn't turning out to be a laying worker, which would suck. Don't think so, we'll see. Let's put this frame, we'll put this box all back together. A little bit of smoke, push those girls down. Okay. And we'll separate these boxes so that I can look in the bottom box. Okay, so we're in the bottom box now. See what we can see in here. Outside frame, newly drawn out comb. Nothing on the outside though. Okay, this is actually a medium super frame, which is all honey, which I think I should swap out. Yes, I will swap this out. Put the honey up top. Put a frame of comb down here. Get the bees out of the way. If I have comb down here that I could use, or if I have comb in the top box I can use in the bottom box, I would rather give the queen room in the bottom box. Excellent, there's brood. Here is some worker brood in the bottom frame. one of the bottom frames, and there is some pollen. There is some larvae and some single eggs laying down on their side, so they're 2 to 3 days old. 2 to 3 day old eggs down in there, and larvae and some honey. That confirms that the queen is in here, that it's not just worker brood. Okay, so we're gonna have a look and see if we can find the queen. I'm gonna go back to that frame I just looked at. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep going because I think she's gonna be on a frame with day-old eggs standing up on end. Little bit of burr comb. Remove that because we're going to have a queen excluder sitting on top of this when we're done today. As long as we can ideally identify that the queen is down here. Ooh. Oh yeah, a whole frame of brood. That's a whole frame of brood there. Can you see that? That's a whole frame of brood. That's awesome. And that's all worker brood. But again, she won't be here because she'll be where the day-old eggs are. Most likely. That's another side, all brood. I do see a queen cell or a queen cup. Nothing in it. I'm going to give them some space here. I'm going to remove this frame on the outside, which has no weight to it. It's comb, lots of space for eggs, but nothing on it. Looks to be honey here. I can see brood, cap brood. Lots of cap brood. I need to be looking for the queen because she could be anywhere, I guess. Lots of cap brood. Looks like a good pattern. There is a queen cup. Nothing in it. Not seeing a queen on this frame. So let's hope she's let's hope she's on this frame. Okay, is she on this frame? Lots of cap brood. This is a heavy frame, but it is all cap brood. She doesn't have anywhere to lay on this frame, so it wouldn't make sense for her to be here. She's not on that frame. She could be in the box. She could have jumped out and she could be in the box. Whew, it's heavy. I think what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to close this up with the queen excluder. There's room at the top and room at the bottom for her to lay. So wherever she is, she can continue laying. Okay. On goes the queen excluder. She's either above this or below it. I guess I will find out next week. And we'll put the lid on. That is Hive 1. I've seen brood, I've seen larvae, I saw eggs. I'm happy that there is a queen in here because it was worker brood, but I didn't see the queen. I don't really need to see the queen though, so I know she's in there. So that's a win-win. So I'm actually going to go in and cool off and come back out and do 4 in a minute.